What is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at the new 6+ Sugar and her level limit break 5. And if you guys have been around the channel for a little while, you guys will know that 2 years ago, I actually made a video with a legend showcase of 6-star Sugar. I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you guys want to check that out. And I thought we'd do a bit of an updated version. So straight away, we are going to take on Coliseum Gyukimaru. So Coliseum Gyukimaru came out around the same time as Sugar, and Sugar was the character that was very, very good for this. So I thought we'd do an updated version of the team, and we would take on the content with the power creep and see how we go. And we managed to get it done, no stall, but very, very easily. Sugar gives a lot of cooldowns to Cerebral and Driven characters, so as long as you build out the team with Cerebral and Driven, you are going to have a very, very good time. Stuff like Carrot Wonder helps out drastically because you can actually set defense to 0 very, very easily, as well as get cooldowns. You have the new Doflamingo from the Kazuna, as well as then Kuma and Viola, who were actually on the original team as well. So, as you guys can see, we've sped our way to stage 3. But look, we're not here about the content. We're here to talk about Sugar. Now, Sugar always had an interesting mechanic. She was always built around the bears. Sugar can turn your crew members into toy bears, as you guys just see there. And these toy bears will basically auto-attack for you, hitting hobby perfects. So, not actual perfects. They're called hobbies. And these bears go through stuff like burn, paralysis, binds, barriers. They go through a whole bunch of different effects, and it made Sugar very, very powerful on release. She was a rainbow captain and would basically give an extra buff to characters of 40 cost or less, including herself, who is a 40 cost character. Even with her 6+, she stays at 40 cost. She would make these bears 40 cost units and would give them 2,500 base attack. Now, 2 years ago, this was insane. 2,500 base attack. Remember, like, level limit break wasn't a thing. And getting 2,500 attack was actually, like, fairly challenging. So, to just get this with one special and bypass stuff like bind, paralysis, burn, barriers, as you guys see here, plus the tap timing as well. That's what made Gyukimaru so annoying. Sugar could just do things that other characters couldn't. And she was quite a solid captain. As I mentioned, she's a rainbow captain. With her 6+ and her level limit break, she's 4.75, HP by 1.35, and then boosts the attack of characters of cost of 40 by 5.25, makes quick and int slots have matching slot effects, and now she extends the attack boost duration by 1 turn. So, very, very good captain ability, and it means these bears can do some really, really powerful things. So, on top of going through these effects, like barriers, the utility that these bears can provide, the bears would also hit hobby perfects, which would give a certain chain boost. It was 0.7 to the chain. Now, the bears actually add 0.8 to the chain. And with Sugar's special now, turning everyone into toy bears at 40 cost, she actually gives them 3250 base attack, which is actually wild. We'll talk about her special in the final clip. But what you can do with the chain is actually insane. And in the original clip, we did like a breaking the chain multiplier with Sugar, and now we can kind of do an updated version with stuff like level limit break expansion, all that fun stuff that has come to the game. We can sort of see the power that Sugar can actually like provide. She adds 0.8 with the toy bears now, and remember the toy bears all have 40 cost with 3250 base attack. With Rayleigh, you get the 4 times 4 with both Rayleighs. Shanks is giving us a chain boost buff with Brooke. As you can see, we're going up by, what is that? Like 20 times every single turn. If we hit with the last 2 units, this would have capped it around 120. And as you guys can see here, we actually burst through Kuma's defense up. This defense up is like 10 million, which is actually insane. And we literally just did this with a bunch of chain shenanigans. Now, yes, we did have a color affinity buff, but that is for free spirit and free spirit only. So stuff like Rayleigh wasn't getting the buff, but I think that they were getting the base stats. So as you can see, this 3250 and the chain shenanigans is very, very powerful, and Sugar's bears can do some really, really cool things. To wrap up the video, I thought we'd take on Doflamingo 2 instead of doing Revolution Army 1 and Doflamingo 1. Because, like, what better character to take on Doffy 2 but one of Doffy's crew members, as well as Doffy himself. Now, I tried to make this team very, very fun, and I tried to, like, build it out with the Dokohonte family. We have like Trouble with like Diamante. We have Sugar. However, I just couldn't make it completely work. But this team just did absolute bits. It is a complete driven-based team, which is super, super fun, and it worked like an absolute dreamboat. We almost no-stored it, but Trouble's only a 4-turn damage reduction boost, which, it is what it is. But it did also showcase how powerful her extra carryover of attack can actually be when you are running 1 Sugar. Now, when you're running 2 Sugars, she does have that ability to carry over attack buffs, which means if you use any attack buff, it becomes 3 turns of an attack buff, which is very, very valuable because this unit is actually a super type, making quick characters into super quick, but then she also gives herself 3 turns of cooldown, boost the slot effects of characters with 40 cost or less by 2.25 for 3 turns. So with her captain ability, using anyone that can be an attack booster, and then activating her super type, she can give 3 turns of an orb boost and 3 turns of an attack boost, basically to characters of cost of 40 or less. Plus, then she can make everyone the bears, and you're good to go. To get her superclass, though, you do need to have a Doffy, a Treble, Diamante, PK, Monet, or a Toy Bear. So you can actually use her special, turn everyone into Toy Bears, and then get access to her super type, which makes her very, very valuable. Look at that. Look how powerful these bears are right here, by the way. This is just the bear buff to take down Virgo. Absolutely wild. Her special, when you have a level limit break 5, will also boost the attack of characters with a cost of 40 or less by 2.5 times for 1 turn. Remember, that can become 3 if you're running 2 Sugars. She changes crew's type slots into character's own type, and then turns characters into Toy Bears up to 5. They have a cost of 40 and 3250 base attack, and the bears will attack automatically after Sugar. They ignore certain status effects, and they give 0.8 to the chain multiplier, which also ignore barriers. So her special got a drastic upgrade. And like I said, if you're running 2 Sugars, you can easily get 3 turns of an attack boost, 3 turns of an orb boost with both Sugars. Remember, she's a 5.25 times super type captain as well. And as long as those characters are below level the cost of 40, which you can easily do with bears, and are quick, you get all of the benefits out of her kit. 3250 base stats is actually really strong. Now, when she first got her level limit break, I was always under the impression that like this needed to be around this 3250 to 3500 base attack to make her actually viable, because now with level limit break and stuff like 150 units, getting characters over 3500 can actually be fairly easy. So if we have a look at something like, say, Goldie Roger, for example, level 150, and limit break expanded, he's sitting at 3633 attack. That's only just over 3500, which is actually very hard to do. Not a lot of people are going to have something like Roger. But you also need to remember that Roger isn't a 40 cost unit, right? So he's going to have less of a multiplier with the captain ability. If we scroll down to some characters that are around the 40 cost, besides Sugar herself, and even talking about Sugar, at level limit break 5 at 150, she's only got 3000 attack. Now, yes, if you limit break expander, she's going to have more, but she's only at 3000. These bears all have 3250, which is actually wild to think about, that you can now turn rare recruits into these bears and get these really, really good numbers for attack buffs. If we take a look at something like Boa Sandersonia, the PvP one, she's on 2960. Treasure Map Sabo, the free-to-play one, is on 2960 without his without his limit break expansion. Jack from the Kaido batch is on 2941. The new Zora that just came out is on 2983. So the Zora that came out with Super Tandem Luffy is just over 3000. So all of these characters will gain an extra 250 base attack, which is actually really, really big, and helps out Sugar quite drastically. Not only that, but she did get a free-to-play Doflamingo for the 5+ Super Boss Kazuna, and this Doflamingo works exceptionally well with Sugar. And the reason he works exceptionally well, because not only does he boost, he's a 40 cost character, I should say, he activates the super type for Sugar, but he boosts base attack of characters of cost of 40 or less by 1500 for 3 turns, which means you can use his special, then turn him into a bear, and you get access to this 1500 base stats on top of the 3250 that the bears can provide. So Sugar, what they did with her at 6+ and level limit break 5 is very, very strong. If you just take her level, if you take her level limit break 5 out, she's nowhere near as good, as she does lose stuff like the 3250 goes down to 2750. You don't get the carryover to the attack boost. She doesn't have the attack boost in her special, and it makes her very, very lackluster. But if you guys have this girl at level limit break 5, 150, not even 150 really, just level limit break 5, and with her 6+, you can do some really cool things. She's a very intricate legend. She has some really fun mechanics, and playing around with this bear mechanic with the cerebral or the driven team can do some wild things. But not only that, you can run her on a rainbow team well. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, belt the like button for me. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's go!